Hi, I'm Bryan Helvie, Athletic Director at Batesville High School, and I'd like to welcome you to this edition of the BHS Spotlight. We have opportunity to speak with both our boys basketball coach and our girls basketball coach. First, I've got Mitchell Taylor, who is the head coach for the Lady Bulldogs. Welcome, Mitchell.
Thanks for having me.
You're just about midway through the season, a little past midway. You guys have a record of 4-8, and you're coming off a really tough week. 3 games in a week, and they're conference games, conference teams at least. Tell us a little bit how things have gone to this point.
Yeah, we've had some ebbs and flows as far as how we've played throughout our performances this season, whether it's this past week or even before. Right now, we're kind of at a valley where we feel like not only are we playing some tough schedules, but we're playing against some really good players on our schedule. So the girls are playing hard and they're improving. And one thing we're stressing with them right now is that improvement isn't always going to show in wins and losses. We feel like even though we have lost our last 5 games, we feel like we're improving along the way. And I think one of the things that we stress the most, not only with our games but with practice, is to make sure that we're trying to be as consistent as possible with our effort and with our focus. And I think we're starting to see that with our players from 1 all the way to 18. So we're doing everything we can to improve from game to game. And we know that the wins and losses, those will figure themselves out as we get through the rest of our schedule.
Well, and you did. You got off to a pretty good start. And then this is a tough, this past week is a tough stretch. 3 really good teams, Franklin County, Greensburg, and East Central. Now you're going to get to enter the next phase of the schedule over the Christmas break time, where you're going to play Newcastle, which that by the time this airs, that'll already be passed. But then you're going to go to Waldron and play Invitational Waldron, and then our Ripley County tournament. So let's kind of jump forward to the Ripley County tournament. It's always an exciting one for everybody in Ripley County. It's exciting for us. I know you feel like you've got a real good shot this year in the tournament. We do start off by playing Jacksonville. Tell me your thoughts about what's kind of forecasted for the Ripley County tournament.
Yeah, I think after our game earlier this season with Jacksonville, I think they definitely circled that one on their schedule, and they're looking forward to playing us again. But our girls feel the same exact way. Ripley County, it's been a while since the girls have been able to win that, and I think we have a great opportunity this year. But it's going to come down to those things I've talked about with your first question. Being consistent, being focused, and looking at what's ahead of us. Right now that's Newcastle, and then when Ripley County comes around, we're going to be looking forward to taking them on again and seeing what they do against us, because they kind of threw everything they could at us the first matchup, and we're looking forward to what they're going to throw at us this next time, and hopefully we can prevail in that matchup.
Are there any individuals that you've really seen a lot of growth into this point that may be a little surprising, or have you pretty much just the way things have worked in practice, where you just everybody's consistently getting better?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a blanket statement to say about everybody in the program. We've had a few things with injuries and girls getting sick around this time that have kind of girls have had to take a step away from the court to get healthy. But at the same time, there are many different names in our program. I felt like Lexi Harris at the JV level has improved a ton and has played really well for them. And Rhea Miller, she was one who has improved a bunch, and then our game last week she tore her ACL, which is really a setback for her. But I had a conversation with her this past week about, just because you're injured doesn't mean you're not a part of this team anymore. Sure. She's as big a part of the team now as she was then. And looking at our varsity, I feel like Lydia Haskamp has really improved, especially with her post play. She's always been physical. She's always been a rebounder, but she's slowly starting to become one who has more than one move in the post. And that's something that we've really seen on film in our past few games.
Yeah. Okay. Coach, as we go and you look forward to once Christmas gets here and the county tournament gets here, I think we've got 2 more home games is all we've got left for the girls. So we're looking forward. Love to get as many people out to one of those 2 home games. It would be Hauser and Greensburg toward the end of the year. So I want to thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm pleased to have the opportunity to speak with Aaron Garrett, our boys basketball coach. Coach Garrett is in his 15th year as head coach. And Coach, first I want to thank you for your dedication. 15 years being a high school coach at no matter what the sport is very commendable, and I appreciate that.
No, it's a blessing in my life. Being able to be the Batesville basketball coach is outstanding, and it's outstanding because of the community support we get and the young men, as I can think through my mind over all the teams I've had in 15 years. I'm the most blessed person in this community to be able to coach those kids.
And you know as well as I, you've been around long time. I've been around a long time. It is about the kids, and coaches understand that. The kids eventually will understand that as they grow and they come back, and they once they graduate, they come back and visit. Those are the real memories that I see as far as being a coach. So
yeah, this time of year is fun in that regard because you'll see the kids. I've had people text me about what my schedule is in terms of grabbing a lunch or a dinner. So as the kids get older and they come back during this holiday season, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas are the two most prominent times, just get to see them grow up, and then they're echoing some of the things you were trying to teach them about when they're in high school, and that's fun.
It's always nice. So, well, let's talk a little bit about basketball. You're off to a really nice start. Was able to watch you guys beat East Central. I think it was 43-33. One of 4 wins that you've got on the year. Tell us a little bit about your season and kind of what's ahead for you.
This group, if fans have not been able to catch this version of Batesville basketball, they need to come out and watch them. It's a group that I hear consistently from people as they text me or talk to me in the community about the team that have seen them, is how hard they play. So very, very blessed. And that's typically our baseline at Batesville High School. The kids always play hard. They want to represent Batesville well, but this group has really done it in unison and choir together. And we're definitely, our strength is our defensive side of the ball at this point with the zone we play, and it's anchored by 6'8" Cole Pride. 6'10" wingspan, so it's a really good guy to anchor our defense. Smart guy, natural shot blocker. He had 6 blocks against East Central himself. And then we've got guys back. Now this year's group is comprised of all guys that split time between varsity and JV last year. They learned from last year's group in terms of how to do things, and now they've picked up the baton and are doing well. And you've got Jack Runkmeyer and Cade Kaiser, those forwards, along with Sam Johnson that kind of play those positions. And then you've got our guards. They're many but mighty. Gus Prickle and Carson Laker really work hard for us in terms of those spots, and it all comes together. So those smaller guards can really put pressure out front for us. Cole on the back end can anchor us, and offensively we're getting there. We're getting better and better as they know how to play around Cole. Right, the defense is going to put a lot of attention on him. He's doing great performing, but he's also helping other guys to get more comfortable in the spots that they can now perform, because it's all new. Every season you start, I don't care if you have a 3 or 4 year varsity player, that next season's new in terms of how those puzzle pieces fit together. So you have those 6 guys, and it's been a little bit of a learning curve because we've had sickness. Sam, I know, missed a week for us, and that gets you out of sorts, even though Cade and Carson are playing varsity. They're both sophomores, so they're getting that valuable experience. But it's a fun group. We're basically 6 deep. We've got Chris Lewis and Braden Maple who complement us as playing some of that 7th man role. And from there, the guys are really playing hard together. And I think that's what they took from last year's group as well, is just a close, connected group of guys. Even though they're freshmen through senior, it's been fun to watch that dynamic develop.
Well, and as you're to the point in the season where you're scouting people are now scouting you as well. So there are some challenges there. We're getting ready to head into. You got a couple tournaments coming up. We host the Batesville Invitational, where we have Jennings County, North Harrison, and Waldron. But maybe more importantly to the area folks here is our Ripley County tournament. We drew Jacksonville, which I know we've already played once this year. What are you looking forward to most about the county tournament this year?
And to be clear, we definitely put more emphasis on the county tourney. It's something we take a lot of pride in. Our goal is to absolutely win it. And it's not going to be easy. Milan gave us a good game about a week ago. They're young, but playing really hard for a new coach. And Jacksonville, we had a really good battle with them. We were able to come out on top, but Batesville alum coach Clint Bowman coaches them. Mm-hmm. And I've been following them by talking to Clint and just following their scores, getting ready to scout them again. They've done nothing but play well since we've played them. Then South Ripley, I've seen them in person a couple of times. We haven't played them, but they've got 2 very dynamic sophomores. One's a big, one's a point guard. So that's a good combo to have going into a tournament type game. So we always look forward to the oldest holiday county tournament in the state. and we get the opportunity to be a part of that. So that's always fun, especially with the Hall of Fame induction piece.
Like to have the analysis for the county tournament as we move forward. I know there are a lot of good teams. I like our chances. Maybe I'm a little biased when it comes to that, but I do appreciate what you and your coaching staff always do, and look forward to the second half of the season. Any remarks you got left?
I appreciate that. I encourage the Batesville basketball fans, as they do, to come out and see this group. It's a fun group to watch. It's a fun group to coach. They play extremely hard to represent Batesville across the chest, and that's all we can ask. So hopefully the fans continue to come out, fill the stands, and root these guys on.
We have an opportunity to do that. The girls' tournament, Ripley County tournament, is January 3rd at Milan. The boys will play on the 4th, one night later, at South Ripley. And then the championship games for the girls will be on the 6th at Milan, and followed one night later with the boys at South Ripley. So, again, Batesville plays Jacksonville in the first round each night. That game will be the second game of 2. So, plan on attending and rooting on your Bulldogs. Thank you.